Good morning, guys. I'm gonna be real honest with you. I'm not feeling it today. Not in the I'm sick kind of way, but more like it was a struggle to get out of bed, to get motivated to do anything. I'm definitely getting a lot later of a start to the day than I was anticipating and hoping for. Honestly, I just really want to go back to bed right now and not do anything. And I recognize that's depression talking. And I find it kind of interesting. Day 1 and 2, I was feeling really good. And I really honestly think that this is probably the devil right now. He's trying to get me to be unmotivated so that I stop doing this, so that I won't continue trying to get into God's Word every day and spend some time with Him. And I'm trying really hard not to let that happen, not to lose this battle. Guys, I'm struggling right now. I did get up, I did work out, and I was hoping doing that and taking a shower would help me feel better, but I don't know. I'm just feeling very unmotivated and kind of blah is really the only way I can describe it. So I'm hoping that after I spend some time with God, I'll start feeling better. If working out and getting that physical exercise, if taking a shower didn't help, maybe getting into God's Word will. I mean, I told you guys I would be pretty much as open and honest as I can be about this journey and what it's doing for me. So I felt like I owed it to you guys to tell you, and I also owed it to myself. Not only that, I owed it to myself and to you guys to continue this challenge and not give up on day 2. That would be very sad. So I'm doing my best to push through. I would appreciate your prayers, and I hope that you guys are pushing through as well and continue this with me. So today I'm going to be diving into chapters 5 and 6. Here we go. Alright, so chapters 5 and 6 here. 5 is mostly this genealogy about the descendants of Adam. It's not too confusing like other genealogies are. Just a couple things stood out. At first, it seemed like their days were steadily getting shorter, but then there's some that live a little bit longer later on, so I don't know if that was really something to go off of, something to catch my mind. I just thought it was interesting at first, but then it was like someone jumped back up and I'm like, oh, maybe it's nothing then. I'm getting a call and I forgot to shut my phone off. One thing I did notice is that the youngest person to have a child was 65 years of age. Everyone else was in like their hundreds of years before they started having kids. That's insane to us. And then we have Enoch in verse 21. He was the one that walked with God and he didn't die because God took him up, and we find that out in Hebrews, I believe. So that's really interesting too. And the genealogy takes us all the way to Noah, because in chapter 6, it's all about Noah and God kind of telling him how to prepare the ark. So I had a question in verse 3 in chapter 6, where God is talking and he says, "Yet his days shall be 120 years." Now, is that God kind of saying that nobody after Noah is going to live more than 120 years old? Is that what he's trying to say? My study Bible says God is allowing the people of Noah's days 120 years to change their sinful ways. And I guess that kind of just brings to mind the question of how long it took Noah to build the ark. I'm not quite sure, because that's in chapter 7 that I haven't read yet, so hopefully I can figure that out tomorrow. Honestly though, I'm still I'm struggling here, mentally, emotionally, physically. I mean, physically not being like sick, but like physically just kind of drained and, like I said, blah. Nothing's really just sticking out to me like it normally does. I'm just not really getting anything from this right now, and I really want to, and I'm really trying to focus on something that stands out to me, but it was just kind of, I don't know. I think I'm going to spend some more time in prayer, and if you guys can think to pray for me, that would be great too. I'm not giving up on this. I'm going to keep at it for as long as I can until quarantine's over. I'm going to be filming, but after quarantine, I won't be filming this daily stuff. but I still want to continue the challenge, if that makes sense. Alright guys, I know it's a short one today and kind of a, maybe I guess you could say a depressing one, and I apologize for that. Hopefully tomorrow I feel a bit better. Like I said, after I sign off here, I'm gonna be spending some more time in prayer and just trying to figure out what's going on and kind of right myself, try to get closer to God while I'm struggling here. I still need to come up with an outro for these. Until tomorrow.